Hi, hello. Wow, there are 7 of you here. I'm so excited. All right, so I have no idea what I'm doing as far as live streaming goes. I do know how to print, but I'm just gonna let you guys hang out while I do some printing. We're gonna mix a custom ink. It's just brown, but mixing ink is hard, so you know, it's what it is. And then we're gonna print some shirts, and hopefully it'll go better than everything else I've done in the past 2 months. If you guys have any questions while we're going, go ahead and drop them in the chat, and I'll try to make sure to look at them occasionally. Thank you. You'd be surprised how many things have gone wrong in the past few months. I'm starting to do that myself. But I'm going to go ahead and turn you guys over here so you can see me while I mix ink. And because I'm working with a laptop, I'm actually going to wear gloves. Normally I don't. I kind of like to just get really, really, really messy, but it seems like a bad idea today. And I almost forgot my apron. Don't mind me, just my first job out of college apron. No big deal. Hi, I'm glad you're here. All right, so I brushed up on my color theory last night, and the internet suggested that instead of mixing like blues and purples and yellows in certain amounts, you skip straight to purple and like an orangey yellow to get a really good rich brown. So that's what we're trying. I'll slide this over here, over there. I'm going to mix a lot of it because I have a lot of shirts to do. These shirts are actually for a coffee shop here in Charlotte. It's my buddy Duncan. I call him my buddy, but like I met him by buying coffee from him. I've done shirts from him a few times now. He likes to, we actually were playing with making ink from scratch using coffee, which was really cool and really hard and did not end up working. We got some really nice color, but it wouldn't stick to the shirt. As soon as we washed it, it would fade. So we're back to using regular rolled. Sometimes I weigh the ink because it lets it, it kind of helps you get a better idea, but because I'm not working with any Pantones, I just kind of been using the scale as a base. Yes, that is what we learned. There is a shop out in, I think, Seattle that makes a coffee-based ink that is permanent, but it's like a super secret recipe. So obviously it's not something that can be easily recreated. I tried really hard. I bought like a ton of weird ingredients. Like I had guar gum. I don't remember them all. Their names I can't pronounce, so I'm not going to try. And I mean, we got some interesting stains. They just weren't really weren't really prints. They were just hues. Oh, that's really cool. I didn't know that. Okay, so I have, let me see, maybe it might be better to move you guys to the other side, actually. Let's try, oh yeah, there we go. Don't mind me, working with all my lighting. Here we go. So I've got like this nice like reddish brown right now. I'm thinking about adding a touch of blue to tone down the red a little. I think that would work. That makes sense in my brain. Bit of green. Okay, I can do that. I'm gonna go see if I already have a green open because that sounds easier. Be right back. So I found a green. I have last year Christmas, Ryonet did a really big ink sale. So I have like every color under the rainbow here and open. But I don't use all of them very often. So it's just like these huge containers of ink just sitting around. Okay, a little bit more of that. I hear you, friend. I am notorious for putting too much in at once and just completely ruining everything. So I'm going really slow. For Inktober this year, I'm learning how to paint and I'm mixing my own colors. So I've been really, I feel like learning a lot about how to mix color without just Yeah, that's Twyla. She probably won't come in here. She doesn't usually come into this part of the house, but you will probably hear her more than once today. All right, let's see if I have some yellow paper or white paper to test this on. All right, I think I want to make this a little bit darker. I did the biggest swatch test imaginable, and it's like a little yellow still, a little lighter than what we've done in the past. Yeah, exactly. A little bit baby poop. So I'm bringing on the big guns very carefully. Just going to add like a touch of black because I think that'll get it more to the color that we've used previously. I'm so afraid. Just a little. Come on. Okay, there we go. The bigger nightmare is that I'm not sure that I've mixed enough here. So it might be better for me to try and mix more now instead of trying to recreate this later. But that looks a lot better. You can kind of see it's got like a more rich brownness to it. I feel like as long as I do the same color for this entire run, it's okay if they differ from run to run, because that's just kind of the nature of printing. We're gonna go ahead and make like a ton more now that we have an idea of what needs to go in here. Yes, big agree. I'd rather have extra brown and do something with it later than not have enough. Especially because this client is the kind of client that'll come back randomly in like 6 months and be like, I need exactly 30 more shirts. So if I have the extra, at least I'll be ready for that. Screen printing. I've actually never stamp print before. I watch people do it and it looks incredible, but so intricate. That looks like a little too much. I keep wanting to turn it this way while I mix, but it's so unnatural feeling to try and tilt it away from me while also stirring it. A smidge more black. Let's try and do another little, another test. Well, that was a terrible test. I accidentally had some black on my hand, so it looks just awful and very unmixed. We're gonna mix it a little more just in case as well. All right. Let's go ahead and give that another fold. There we go. So we've got a nice, rich, this one's a little bit redder, a little bit darker. I think that'll print really nicely. It kind of reminds me of coffee, which I think is perfect. That's really cool. I love watching, let's turn this up for a second. I love watching videos of people stamp printing and people like carving the stamps. I think it's so neat, but it just seems absolutely impossible to me. I watch people do it. I'm like, how? It just looks so cool. I've seen people do screen printing on yardage. I want to say it's like Soul Sema or something like that is one that comes to mind where she does screen printing on just like tons of fabric and then sews it into clothing that she sells. And I think it's so neat, especially compared to the standard like screen printing on a shirt where you have limited space to work with. Being able to do a whole fabric and then turn it into whatever you want just seems incredible. I think there's a lot more room for creativity there, to be honest. All right, so I'm gonna real quick put all these away so that I don't dry anything out. Also, thank you. I think this is a really good color. I think that it usually gets darker on the screen, or sorry, on the shirt, especially after it dries. So I think it'll work really well. I'm still a little bit nervous that I don't have enough, but this, I think, I don't know. Maybe we should make a little bit more. It's been a little while since I screen printed. I've been going through months of trying to get to this point and everything beforehand going wrong. So I feel like I don't quite know what I'm doing anymore. I'm just standing here like, how much ink do I need? How do I print? What's next? Forgive me for my, I guess, trepidation. We're going to mix a little bit more. We're almost done with the mixing, and then we'll get to the fun stuff. Unless you're into mixing, and then we're at the fun stuff. I like that attitude. Better prepared than not. Yeah, that sounds about right. I think I'm just afraid of something else going wrong, and I feel like running out of ink would be something else going wrong at this point. It's just such an awkward conversation to have with a client to be like, hey, I know you paid me for these shirts and you have already paid me, but they're not done because nothing's working, and you don't know what this looks like and what it means. So it's hard for me to explain to you why it's not working, because you're gonna have to trust me. It's just not. Go back down here so you guys can watch me mix some more. I always like the early mixing when things are kind of streaky like this. I always think it's just so fun. It reminds me of gradients when you're working digitally, and I want to do something with that, but I don't really know what. I tried doing a gradient print once. I know people do it. I think I used too many colors and it just came out brown, which would be great for this, but was not what I was looking for then. All right, one more test. All right, so we've still got a pretty good color. It's comparable to this side. And I definitely feel like I have enough now. I'm much less nervous. So now we're going to clean up, and I'll go ahead and tilt this back up for a minute. All right. So I think, oh, great. Already getting ink on my body. This is perfect. Definitely not going to make a mess today. So I think what I'm going to do now is move you over here to my much nicer looking setup. The setup's not nice, but the view is nice. And then I'll start setting up the screen and do some test printing. No, actually, I've never done that before. Because the designs vary so much, like some designs will use way more ink than other designs, we usually go by like small, medium, large, and to get an idea of how much ink we'll need, but I've never measured exactly how much, I guess. I'm not even actually sure how you do that. That's a good idea, though. I'll have to look at that. So, over here. No, I couldn't because it varies so much. For example, actually. So I'm working on 2 different shirts right now. I have this design, which is for my content, and it's pretty large. Like it takes up the whole front of the shirt, and the shirt's 2-sided. So the back is also about that big. But then I'm working on a shirt for myself that is only this big. It just takes up the front. So it would really depend so much on the size of the design. I feel like the second shirt, no ink at all, like barely anything. But the first shirt takes a lot. But yeah, I couldn't really put a number to it or a measurement of some sort. This over here. So in case you guys are wondering how long it's actually been since I've done printing, this is a design I did at Christmas back in November. I feel like screen printing is not something I understand sometimes either, to be honest with you. I've been doing it on and off for 4 or 5 years now. And there's still times where I'm like, why isn't this working the way it normally does? What's wrong today? Because it's kind of finicky. So this is plaid and tape that I'm ripping off right now very poorly. It's used to kind of create like a smooth surface where the shirt's gonna go, and it also allows me to do a print on here that will kind of show through the shirt just a little bit. Hopefully, these shirts are pretty thin. I think it will, which will help me line this up and know that I'm getting a good print in a good location. It's definitely more important when you're working with double layers. I'm just working with one layer, so it's not so bad. But it's still useful and also a real pain. I don't know what Noah's talking about. The nice thing about plaid and tape is it keeps the base really clean, and you really want a smooth surface when you're printing. That's how the ink gets really good. Cool. That's how the ink gets really good, clear contact with what you're printing on. You can also see up here where I didn't have plaid. You actually might be able to see from there. There's a spot here where I didn't have plaid and tape, and it is just covered in lint and like old shirt material. Not super useful. Where is my plaid? There it is. All right. Scissors. This will work. All right. So this is a surprisingly difficult part. Don't mind me while I fumble with this roll of plaid and tape. I would really like to, actually. My first studio vlog, which is on my channel, was supposed to be that, but I had a lot of issues. My emulsion, which is the chemical that goes on the screen that hardens to show the stencil that you print through, was bad, and I didn't know it, and it completely washed off. It was just a complete mess, and that happened twice. The second one that I just opened was also bad. They sent me one that was already expired. It was great. So I have a new emulsion now, and I finally am kind of getting it working. So I'd really like to do a video that kind of goes through the process instead of just showing me failing over and over and over. Goodness. Oh man. All right, cool. This is going great. I still don't know what I was talking about, Haley. Oh, I think my husband is coming to help me because he's been watching and he's probably seeing me struggle with this for 5 minutes. Are you coming to help me? My hero. Are you bringing me better internet? Is it bad?
Are these the right shirts?
Yeah, those are the right shirts.
So this one doesn't have a print on it, but these have back prints on them.
Oh.
I have one of the right shirts.
Yeah, they're more without prints because there's supposed to be ones. Thanks.
Gray ones without prints.
Yeah, there should be gray. I think it's gray and maybe a couple more blacks.
All right, I'll go look again.
Thank you. I thought you were coming to help because you saw me struggling with this for 14 years.
That's it. I came for that stuff.
I've ruined it. Hello, I'm back up. It's really struggling.
Yeah. Ruin, I think, is a strong word.
I mean, I can't get this up, so maybe ruined. I believe in you. This is Sean. He rinses screens for me and fixes the things that I break. And he also brought me better internet. Hopefully. We love Sean.
Where are the scissors?
Can you use this or do you need to go get scissors?
No, I think I'll need to with that.
Okay. Because the scissors are in the other room.
That's fine.
Also, I think Alyssa said hi to you.
Oh, hello.
You know what's up. Sorry for pointing an X-Acto blade at you. It's same difference. Okay. Do you want the scissors?
Well, might actually be better. I'm just trying to.
I feel like I should just slice through the whole roll. Except I don't think it would actually be long enough if I did that.
Yeah.
It's a box cutter. That's what Sean said too. I hate X-Acto blades. We were required to have them in college, and I ran out and got a box cutter instead because X-Actos come loose so easily, and I feel like they're really hard to get a good straight line with. Big fan of box cutters, though.
Better handles.
Better handles. Better for those late night, long-term graphic design projects. Fortunately, it's a real challenge to wrap around anything except for itself. Oh. So close. They're just the worst. They're so bad. I don't understand how people use them and love them, knowing how easily they break and just pop out of the handle. And then what good is it? And then you've sliced yourself open. What is wrong with this roll?
I have encountered a new problem. I think I might have
Sliced through more than one?
No, I think I sliced through half of it. Not sure.
Cool. Cool, cool, cool.
Cool, cool, cool. Let's go this one.
She knows what's up. Actually, I think my dad is the one that bought me the box cutter. I don't think this one. I think I bought this one a few years ago because I lost the first one. But I told my dad that I hated my X-Acto. He's like, why don't you just get a box cutter? And he bought me like a nice one. I think the same kind. And I was sold. Weird looks bringing it to class, though, to do the projects.
I think we should be good, actually.
Yay!
I think so. There's some stuff here that we might have to get around. We might not even make it there. But I think we're
I believe in us.
back on track.
Woo!
I'm going to grab that. I think that we're now getting one roll.
Oh, yikes. Oh, that's so scary. So at the print shop job that I had when I first moved here, don't worry, this was closed. I didn't just like bring it to my face. I actually sliced my hand open with a box cutter, not an X-Acto. So I really shouldn't have that much beef with X-Actos because it was a box cutter. but I was slicing, I think I was slicing vinyl, and the blade jumped. It was a brand new blade, and it jumped the ruler and sliced my hand open. I did not need stitches, but it was horrifying. And my bosses were very worried about me. It was cute. Do you need me to do anything?
You want to hold this and let's pull it out so I can just get to the. No.
I'll hold this. Sorry for that.
No worries. Whichever one you wanted to do, honestly, but. Well, that was a bit of a too much for us, but I think it's okay.
We got close.
I think we my big thing is I was trying to get past all of the stuff we were having trouble, and I think we're there now.
Yay!
So as long as we can get this started without a problem, we should be fine.
Goes that way. Goes that way.
Thank you.
Welcome.
And it might have cut right where I was slicing with the box knife, which makes sense. So
Scissors might have been smarter.
I don't know. It was kind of difficult to get in there. It was nice with the X-Acto knife to just be able to stir with the box cutter. Excuse me, you got me doing it now.
I mean, tomato. I don't think Xander's off work yet, so he's gonna miss that joke.
I'll have to let him know that you quoted him. Okay, I think it's ready to honestly put down. So.
Yeah, this is for you. Why is this being so finicky?
It's okay. It's good. Okay.
Okay.
Think we're good?
So.
Want me to put it in here?
Sure. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
You got it? Big old wrinkle in it. What the heck?
So close.
Oh, that's your fault.
Like you said.
That's fine. I don't think the ink's gonna go there.
I think so.
I think we'll be okay.
You good?
I think so. Oh, so we have a hole, but I think it'll be all right. I think we can work with this. I'm gonna just you have to let somebody else have the fun, obviously. Okay, so I'm gonna use this doohickey to smooth out the bubbles. Cool, and then I think, yeah, let's wait over there. It'll be fine. Oh gosh, that sounds terrible. Oh, I hate that. Okay, so I'm gonna just put a little. There. Put this here. So I was really bummed when I learned YouTube will shut down your live stream if you play copyrighted music. So we all just get to sit here in mostly silence. Oh no. My connection says it's unstable. I don't know if you guys can still see me. I hope you can. Yay! Oh, yikes. Well, it looks like it's okay now, so that's great. But I do need to go get a chemical. It's not a chemical. That's not what it is. It's adhesive spray, just to help the shirt stick so that it doesn't move around while you're printing. And I'm also going to run to the bathroom because once I start working with the ink, I don't want to have to stop because water-based ink will dry in your screen. And if it dries in your screen, you're basically done until you get it out of the screen. It's great. I love it. So I'm going to just delicately move you over here for a few minutes. Not on top of the ink because I like my computer. Chat amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. Okay. Back. That's a good question. I didn't know that. Guess to turn inside out, whatever. I don't know. Who's I can cover it with? Here. Thank you for mentioning that. I hadn't really thought about it. That's fine. This shirt is anyway. Also a good idea. I like that idea better. Where is my tape? I have 7 rolls of painter's tape and not a single one is in here. All right. Did I miss anything? Nope, I'm good. So I went and got my adhesive. I have this spray that I've been using. It came with my shop. That sounds like such a weird statement. I bought this shop. I actually won this shop at an auction from my dad's church. So a lot of the stuff I have, aside from my screens, is just what they already had. This spray works really well, except for it smells awful and gets everywhere. So I was thinking about trying this other one, but I hadn't had a chance to really read how it works yet. I think you kind of squeegee it onto the, we're not gonna play with that today. That sounds like too much new stuff. Thanks. I'm assuming you're referring to me winning the shop at an auction, in which case, thank you. I think so too. I really lucked out. My father-in-law is the best and actually drove me to Ohio with his truck to pick up the entire setup from my dad. My dad is in Michigan, and he met us halfway. That is the second print shop road trip my father-in-law and I made. We also went to New Jersey to get that letterpress machine over there, which is currently out of commission, but hopefully someday it will be up and running. That's the dream. So I'm gonna move my coffee and water over here away from the adhesive spray. You know, for safety. So when we moved to this house, the letterpress, I don't stay in the room when we move the letterpress in the room. It had to go outside. I don't hang out because it makes me really stressed because it's a really old piece of equipment. I think my press is from the 1600s. I'd have to go look. There's a date on it. I want to say 1693 maybe. So Sean and his dad were putting it up onto the U-Haul and it started to tip. And from what I understand, it was the press or Sean, and he saved himself, which is okay, I guess. But he grabbed the throw-off handle, which is the handle that you move to make the press actually touch the ink with the paper, and it snapped in half. We just removed it this morning. Sean just removed it this morning. We're gonna ship it to a shop in Washington, maybe? Minnesota. They're gonna look at it and see if they can weld it back together. We noticed when we were welded back together, these breaks are super normal. These are not abnormal weird breaks, but having another break might make it hard to fix, I guess. I don't know how to weld. So we're just gonna see what the guy says. I'm gonna ship it to him. I'm really nervous about shipping it. I don't have any packing material. I have boxes galore, no bubble wrap, but I do have probably 400 old t-shirts from the church shop. So I'm thinking that I might just package it wrapped in a bunch of old t-shirts and hope that he accepts that. All right, this looks pretty good. I'm testing my off contact right now, which is how far the print surface sits from the shirt. And it kind of determines how crisp your design will be, because if the screen can't snap back up easily, then it lingers on the shirt and it creates a less smooth design or less smooth print. All right, so I also forgot that I'm going to need to do the platen tape all over again over this. So that's going to be fun. I guess I don't have to. I could dry it instead. Maybe I'll do that. Oh, actually, before I do this, there's a little tiny pinhole in my screen that I need to tape over. I forgot about it. I think people normally just tape it on one side. I tape both sides because then if one side comes up, the other keeps the ink from coming through. Uh-oh, I hear footsteps. Is everything okay? All right. Let's start over here. I'm gonna test print now to make sure that it's on the pattern where I want it. So when you're printing, you want to flood the screen, which is filling it with the ink while it's above the pattern. I usually kind of hold it with my hip. You pull the ink over. I'm gonna double flood this, and then you push it down and you put back up. And with water-based ink, you always want to flood again right away. It keeps the ink from drying in the screen. Are you just watching?
Waiting.
Waiting for what?
You gonna dry?
Huh?
You gonna dry?
Oh, did you come out here because I said that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be easier than trying to do plant tape again, don't you think?
Probably, yeah.
We could flash it, or we could use the heat gun.
Well, aren't you gonna want to flash stuff anyway?
Yeah, that's a later. I wasn't gonna flash as I go because that never works out well for my screen. We're trying to decide right now how to dry this. Sometimes I'll cover it with plant tape again, and I'll just have 2 layers of tape. But I'm thinking it might be easier just to dry it. So Sean is climbing over all of my boxes that I mentioned earlier to get my heat gun for me. I also have a flash dryer, which is like a big square that gets really, really hot. But I don't want to heat this up too much because it could mess with my ink here later. I've had that happen before. So I think the heat gun would just be easier right now. I'll go back and heat all the shirts later to cure the ink, which is what sets it into the shirt permanently. Thank you. Thank you. I don't remember how to use this. It's been a minute. That probably looked really dangerous. Just stick my hand under it. Make it a little bit hotter. There we go. Just a little heat gun. Thank you. He's gone. So I bought this heat gun for myself for Christmas, I think last year. I was doing this glow in the dark shirt. It was so cool, except for when you do glow in the dark ink on anything that isn't white, you have to do a white underbase. And I needed to dry the white before I could put the glow in the dark down, which is how I learned that having this get too hot would mess this up. Still a little gummy. I don't want it to be wet still because then it'll show up on the inside of the shirt, and that just wouldn't look very good. Though that being said, this design does look really good. It's really nice and crisp. The ink color is gorgeous. A little more. I believe 1 second. She couldn't believe that I wasn't wearing gloves. I was like getting ink all over my clothes. It was fine. I really enjoy it. I don't know. I like being messy, I guess. And the gloves feel kind of like a waste because when I'm done with them, I throw them away. So I don't like to use them too much. But she was just really overwhelmed by how messy this whole process was. It was really funny. She's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't know. Just getting messy, playing with ink. It's fine. All right, so before I do real prints, I also want to do a test print on a shirt. So I have these old shirts also from the church that I mentioned. I really got so much just random print stuff from them. And I'm just going to do, this is off, right? Yeah, okay, that's just cooling down, it's fine. I'm just going to do a test print to make sure that the ink looks okay on fabric, and then we'll be ready to go. I feel like I keep saying that, but we keep doing other stuff. So, let's swoop. Oh, I forgot to adhesive. Ha! Cool. All right, so toss this over here. Let's try that again. Oh, yikes. That didn't go great. All right. Let's just drive some of these random chunks. Overall, that's good. It just kind of came out a little chunky and on my finger. Hello, I'm still here. I grabbed another shirt, and I'm also just reminding everybody on Instagram that we're here in case anybody else wants to come watch us print. Hey, that's better. There's that. Done. All right. Got another one of these pink shirts. Great, because I feel like we just got a really good reason why we use adhesive. All right. Yeah, this actually looks really good. Let's see if I can just pull you over here for a second. Here, I'll show you from the angle that I look at it at. Boop, there you go. So you can see how sharp it is. There's a little bit of lightness here in the D that I'll have to watch for. But the nice thing about this design is it's not a super crisp design. All of his branding is very stamped and kind of gritty. So if it's not perfect, it's not, it kind of adds to that feeling instead of being like, ooh, badly done. Me too. All of his shirts are actually white. There, I have a couple here. This is an old one. So all of his shirts are raglan, so they're white, and then the sleeves are colored. So there's actually a pink one in there, and they all have the same front, but they have different backs. So this is the front that I want all of them. Also, yes, that's the word I was looking for. If it's the aesthetic. All right, so I'm nervous, but we're gonna start doing the actual prints. I might put down a little bit more adhesive. I wonder if I could clean this first, maybe. I don't even know what I would clean it with, but it is grimy. Let's see the water soluble. Find out. This is not great. That's fine. Oh, okay, that actually did work. Cool. Like I said, I don't want to get this too warm right now. So we'll start with the original. This bag here. Let's see. So actually, this is perfect. I can see the design through here, so I'll be able to get a really good feel for where it is on the shirt and if it's centered and everything before I print it. I think that looks pretty good. Oh, I want to do one other thing real quick, which is just clean off this back end of my platen. This is just some water. It's also got a lot of adhesive sticky, but it's a little bit dusty just from the nature of being in kind of like a workshop area. I don't want that to get on the shirts. All right, first shirt, here we go. Which is great. We love to see that. So I'm just cleaning it out. It dried a little bit in there. And then I'm going to do another test print because another one of Duncan's shirts and risk there being something else wrong. This isn't bad, it's just not as crisp as it could be. So a little too sticky now, but that'll go down over time. So there's the first print, yay! I feel like you've probably heard this story before, Noah, but when I first saw this room, I full cried. We were walking through the house and I was like, oh my gosh, I love this house so much. It's got everything we want. And then Sean was like, come look at this space. And I walked in here and just broke into tears. I was like, this is the house for me. I need this house. All right, so I'm just gonna do that. Well, just a second one, just in case. Cool. All right, that looks really good. So hopefully we keep that up. We're gonna try to keep doing double passes. I don't always like to, but I feel like it's working really well for this particular design. So we'll keep doing that. Oh. Duncan didn't tell me he was getting kids' shirts. I don't think, yikes, that's not gonna fit. But also there's a hole in this shirt. Ooh. Cool, Dottie got my hand. We're gonna come back to this later. Make sure my hands are clean. We'll revisit the baby shirt in a minute. Sean can identify with that. His office is in our like mud room well, my office and workshop are 2 separate rooms in a separate building on our yard. All right, so center this. It's pretty good. Looks pretty good. Just okay. And rent twice. Up. Put a little more ink on here in a second. Hey! Mostly good. Let's see. I think where I punched the screen a few minutes ago on accident got a little weird, you know, of course. So we're just gonna do another test print to fix that, and then I'm gonna stop making mistakes. I think what makes me the most mad is when I do a test print like this because something's gone wrong and then the test print's fine. And I'm like, that was a waste of my ink. The nice thing about this ink is it's water soluble, so it's really easy to clean up little mistakes on the screen like that. I think that, there we go. So we're just gonna rotate this one a little. There we go. Cool. No more mistakes. We're done. We're just gonna print all the shirts. It's gonna be great. I'm also not gonna knock that over when I bring this down. Put more ink on it. All right, now we got my hand stuff. I'm still trying to think about how I'm going to print that tiny kid shirt. I'm wondering if maybe I could squeeze it onto here, or if maybe I could put it in cardboard and set it on top of this. That might be the easiest way to do it. All right. Yeah, this was a really good one. Look. Look how crisp that is. Heck yeah, super even, no smudges. We're getting there, friends. All right, let me just organize this a little real quick. Over here. Oh, that's even better. That was the one that Duncan asked me to be really careful with because it's actually somebody who's already bought it, and it is perfect. Why are there so many stickers on this? Even. Good. It's pretty good. Running out of real estate. This is probably my favorite part of printmaking, is like the actual printing. It just feels so relaxing. Like once things start going right, you kind of get into a groove, and then you just print. Okay, so let's just look at this tiny shirt real quick. Wait, how is the design even gonna fit on here? Where is, all right. So I'm gonna pull out transparency I use. Okay, that could work. It looks like it might fit. I feel like such a goofball, just like leaning over here to. It's like, oh, has anything changed? Let me just get really close to the screen because I can't see. Also, I don't know if you guys could hear that, but somebody is riding an ATV, I think, up and down our street. Possibly. Our dog hates it. She'll run back and forth across the yard. Like she'll see him barreling after this ATV. I don't know why. She's fenced in, she can't get it. All right, here we go with the little baby shirt. I think they actually make kid size plaid-ins. I don't have one. Okay, yeah, that's not bad. Ooh, tight fit though. I'll pull it off really carefully. I don't want to smudge it. Look, it's so small. Ah, it worked. Twyla actually isn't that much of a chaser, Noah, except for anything that has less than 4 wheels or ATVs because they sound like motorcycles. Those are the things that she chases. Most of the time, she's not really a chaser. Like this little guy, flat. Great. What are these? Oh, this is a, oh, no, this is not. So we will revisit these later. Where's the box? Okay, so I think what I'm going to need to do is clear off that counter for the next stack because I don't want to mix them up because these ones get a different back than the next stack. I think there's a handful of you that will appreciate that earlier when I made my tomato joke, my friend who knows that joke and originated that joke was actually here. I think he's still here, so hello to you, friend. Also, my mom just replied to my October picture for today, which was, or not today, it's, and my mom saw it and, oh, that's a cute fox. So I obviously did a great job. All right, let's see. Okay, so I got most of this counter cleared off. I guess I could rotate you guys for a second so you're not just listening to me shuffle around over here. There we go. Water. Just clean this off so that the shirts stay clean. Fun fact, I sealed all of these counters all by myself. I love them so much. I get so much satisfaction out of wiping them down every time. When we moved in here, these counters were the same wood. It's just bare plywood, I think. Maybe OBS? I don't know. My dad's a contractor. I just know what I need to know. So I think he used this, the guy who lived here before us, I think he uses it kind of like a car shop maybe, or something like that. So there's a lot of chemical and stuff spilled across it. And I sanded it all down and then coated it in many, many coats of polyurethane. And I love it so much. I'm very proud. Eventually I want to add cabinets down here. I think I'm just going to build them out of sheets of wood, just really basic cabinets to kind of keep everything a little more contained. This over. I'm also really pleased because I spilled some purple ink on it earlier and it came right off, which is the dream. That's why I wanted to steal them. All right. Back over here. Next round of shirts. Flip this guy around. Oh, okay, my gut's saying that I should do a test print because it's been sitting for a minute and I'm nervous. So we're going to do that first. I'm going to trust the gut. Noah, this is such a dumb question. Don't ever tell my dad that I asked you. But which one's the one that has... I thought plywood was what had the like pieces of wood in it, or is that OBS? Because this is just many thin sheets of wood that have been, looks like glued together. So OBS is the other stuff. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, doing my best. Okay. Oh, good. It still looks great. I was a little bit nervous because it had been a few minutes that it had dried in the screen, and then I was going to have a mess and be sad, but it didn't. So we're good to continue. Thanks, Noah. Good thing my dad's not watching. I would be ridiculed for a long time for that question. Doesn't look quite even. It's all right. I said earlier that I hold the screen with my hip when I do this. It turns out I actually hold it with my hand. I don't know why I thought I used my hip. I think the one who taught me how to screen print used her hip, and maybe that's why I was thinking of that. We'll save the kiddo shirt for last. I think I actually probably need to readhesive after this one. It's feeling a little less tacky. Oh, I wasn't actually ready to do that yet. No. Make sure I don't forget that this side is design, so I'm going to make a label. Very professional and well done label. Okay. Also need to find someone to draw me a. That's a very specific need. What would a Cthulhu raven look like? Like I guess I'm not sure what that means. Oh, right. Hold on. Pause. Forgot about the adhesive. All right. Cool. Great. Oh gosh. Why are you like this? Okay. That's better. Backwards. Flip, flip. Oh, no, no, no. It was facing the right way. It's, so I bought this whole setup 3 or 4 years ago. So it's old, and the little hole that the spray comes out of is gummed up. I wiped it off and it helped, but apparently it was a one-time fix. I will need to redo it moving forward. I'm to see you're still alive, by the way. I was a little bit worried that Noah had killed you to get his chair back. You were just gone. Oh, nice. Sometimes the shirts you get from manufacturers have been folded in half for so long that they have a really nice crease down the center, and it always makes lining them up so much easier. It's a real dream. If I thought far enough ahead every time, I would iron that crease in because it's so nice. But that's a lot of work. Ooh. That's fine. Everything's fine. It's all good. I'm actually really pleased with how much ink I'm putting down right now. It's not too much. So when I do occasionally accidentally drop a shirt on my way to sit it down, it's not in that it's transferring over onto the rest of the shirt, which that's a nightmare too. I feel like if there's anything to take away from this stream, it's that a lot of things can go wrong and a lot of things do go wrong. But it's fine. We're still here doing our best. that over. Just thinking about space. The frequency with which I completely drop my squeegee into the ink handle first is actually insane, which is why I keep picking it up so slowly when I put it down. Like when I come down like this, I grab it because I've had it tip like this countless times. Me too. It's actually my favorite one. The original run we did was orange because his branding is mostly orange. So they had an orange neck and orange sleeves, and it was just a really orange. I don't think any of the shirts are orange this time, and I think that's a good choice, honestly. That orange was a lot. Originally, I kept one of the orange ones, and it just, when we did the pink, I was like, can I trade you? Do you want another orange? It's feeling a little less sticky again. We might need to appease again. Okay. Yeah. You know, I never really thought about it, but you're right. I don't know a lot of people that actively seek out orange, especially orange. Can I just peel? Oh, no. I hate it. So this is where we're at with the spray adhesive, in case anybody was wondering. So I've only got, I think, 3 more of these left. And I think when I'm done, I'm going to take another quick break. And then I want to print the first ever run of, my Don't Die shirts, which a few of you have already seen the mock-ups and the stickers for that design. And I showed it for a second earlier too. It's been a long time coming, and I'm just so excited to finally get it on a shirt. I have 2 different versions to print, and I'm just so ready. Almost spit it. Ugh. Sorry, that might be my bad. Our internet's a little hit and miss out here. My husband brought out we have the Google Mesh network, and don't expect me to tell you how it works because I can't. But I have one of the routers for it, connection points, whatever, out here now, which hopefully is helping. I don't know. It's probably my fault for being in the middle of nowhere right now. But also big agree on the Halloween vibes. Okay, so I am running out of room. I clearly did not clear off enough counter space before doing this, which is wild to me that I need this much counter space. I mean, awesome, I'm here for it. So I'm gonna set this up and then I'm gonna need to clear off a little bit more space. Put it over here. Okay, that should be enough room for 2 more shirts. One. Last one. I actually have 10 more of these to do, but it's a different ink color, so it's not as easy as just doing them right now. I have to rinse out this ink first. Oh, this book history is tight. Yeah. A little bit further is fine. It happened. Oh, shoot. It's only a matter of time. Just want that's my ink all over my squeegee. Great. Just wanted to try and get this a little bit better. Hey, it worked! Woo! Feel like, oh, this doesn't matter now because I'm done printing for now, for a minute. Yep, squeegee and ink. That's what happened. So a lot of times going over a shirt again, and this is the reason why adhesive is so important. Going over a shirt again to try and fix, oh, farts. I got ink everywhere, guys. To try and fix a bad print can be great, or it can go really badly. It can end up shifting a little bit. So if the shirt is really well stuck, which, I mean, this shirt's not going anywhere because it's tight to this to platen, and you do it again, you risk really messing everything up. So I'm really glad that worked because that D did not look good, and now it looks great. Oh, let me fold this one and then I'll pull it off. Whoop. See? Came out really nice. All right, so we're done with the brown. I'm gonna scoop what I can back into the container. Cool. Ugh. Can't believe I dropped my squeegee in the ink. I'm so upset. Let's see if I can get any of this off. No, not really. That's fine. Good news is I have another squeegee that I can use for the other print we're doing. Bad news, I have to wash my squeegee. I'm gonna put this in my little washing area. So sad. I knew it was gonna happen. It happens every time I print. Without fail, at some point, even at the very end, squeegee and ink. Well, wrong side of squeegee and ink. The squeegee's supposed to be in ink, kind of. I also just realized that I did not do all of the setup that I was supposed to do. I was so excited and nervous, I completely forgot to tape the edges of my screen. So that's going to be a real fun cleanup later. Sorry, Sean. Sean's official title at my company is production assistant. And by production, I mean he cleans up my messes and does the things that make me nervous, except for live stream. He just stands in the corner and watches me live stream. Okay, so I think that that's the best I'm going to do for pulling up the ink. I'm going to save this. Oh, wait, there's a whole glad kit that I messed. right, let's see. Where is my lead? There it is. All right, brown ink is closed. Everything's a mess. So I am going to set up my little BRB card again because that's all I have. Fair live stream. I mean, that's fair. Okay. So I'm going to set up my BRB thing again, go get my other shirts, wash off a couple of my ink stirs real quick so that I have what I need to do the next shirt. And when I come back, we're going to print my first personal design ever? Maybe ever. This might be my first time actually printing a shirt for me with my own work. That's exciting. Yeah, so I think the streamers that I normally watch call this a bio break, which I love. It's really nerdy sounding. So go get more coffee, go to the bathroom, stretch your legs. I'll see you soon. And now this is awkward because I also have no idea where to put this because my entire space is just covered now. I'm going to sit you over here maybe. This seems like it could work. Cool.
So you're looking for only unprinted on shirts.
Yeah, and the one that you grabbed out was out of my clothes, and it's not one of them. They must be in here somewhere. I feel like the real question now is where am I gonna put these last couple of shirts I printed? I guess I could start here and I mean I'm probably gonna yeah, I'm probably gonna stop shooting after. It was done for like a few hours. Yeah. But by the time I finished out that shirt, I can put that down. I'm not gonna use that. I'm gonna use my little one. Because I have to mix and mix ink and stuff.
Okay, nice.
Thanks. They came out really good.
You printed a lot more than I think I realized.
What did you try to
Did you print all of them?
No, I still have 10 more in there.
Okay.
Plus the 4 that I'm missing.
Gotcha. Well,
yeah.
Pretty cool.
What really cool. I'm gonna put these out there so they're out of the way. If you want to rinse them, you can, but.
When you go to Home Depot, there's some stuff you can pick up that you can choose the one cable
I don't know how to do that.
Just review for future.
Alright. Okay. Hello. Thanks for hanging out while I went to the bathroom and found all my supplies and tried to clean up a little. Put these over here for now. Thanks, Noah. That would be great. All right. So I'm going to shift things over here a little bit, and we're going to mix a little bit more ink, and then we're going to print the Don't Die shirts. And I am just wildly excited. I wish I could skip over everything else and get to the printing part, but you know, that's not how it works. My husband came out for a minute and helped me clean up real quick so that I could have all my supplies I need for mixing ink, which was super great. But he came in and he was like, "You did a lot more shirts than I thought you were going to do." I was like, "Thanks." I'm pretty excited. I feel like it went really well. All right. Ugh. That's so annoying. In my vlog I had lo-fi music that I found on SoundCloud that said it was fine. It was remixed, so I would assume that it was remixed enough. But I got flagged. It wasn't like a copyright strike. They were just like, "Hey, you could never monetize this video," and I'm like, "Well, that's a long ways away, so it's fine." But now I feel like I don't know how to find music without paying for it. And this is video number 2. I don't have the budget for this yet. Okay, I'm gonna slip back over here to do more ink stuff. I'm actually gonna real quick take a photo for Instagram. Don't mind me. Yikes. Oh. I mean, I guess I can turn it so you can at least see me taking the photo for Instagram. It's an awful video. What am I doing? Oh wait, I have an idea. Grab my little squeegee. There we go. Perfect. Figured it out, guys. Yeah. And let's make that a little bit bigger. Perfect. Sure. All right, back to it. Mix some inks. So I have 2 different versions of this shirt that I'm doing. The design is the same. It's just the coloration is different. Actually, I can show you. I have stickers of the same design in here somewhere. There. All right, so I have two colorways for this design. I have a red one. This is the stickers on pink, but the shirts are all white. I actually tried to source. I found the coolest white and pink ringer shirt. So it was red rings, and then the shirt itself was pink. It was beautiful, but it's in the UK, and it just didn't really feel sustainable to order a shirt that I could only get from the UK. And also, they didn't ship to the US, and I am not big enough for them to consider shipping to the US, even if I did want to do it. So, you know, it happens. But either way, so one of them is just white, and then the other one is gold with like a really light mint blue in here and here. So for this one, I actually have this luscious, absolutely beautiful gold ink that I'm probably about to spill all over my computer. Oh, there we go. It's just gorgeous. It has such a nice shine to it. I'm going to mix it with, I think, this just a little bit, just to make it a little more opaque. And we'll see how it goes. So this is going on a red ringer, and this is going on a navy blue ringer. Pretty excited. I've been trying to get these printed for months. I have people who've been asking me about them, and that's, as a creative, that's probably the most exciting thing in the whole world. Also, big agree, showers, great acoustics. One of my favorite ukulele YouTubers specifically plays her ukulele in the bathtub. Not like in the bathtub, but while... I'm going to assume that you guys probably knew what I meant, but she's not like in the bath, like taking a bath. She's just sitting in her empty bathtub playing her ukulele. Anyway, on to the mixing. So I actually need to grab one more cup. Don't mind me, just back here fixing my vlog camera because the battery died. There. All right, we'll turn that on in a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna mix. I don't really need to mix a lot since this is just a test print. That's probably too much, but it's okay. This gold ink is just so beautiful. I actually probably have some of the last project I used it for in here too, now that I think about it. Yeah, here we go. So you can see here what a nice dynamic shine that has, and it's pretty opaque on its own. So I think just a little bit of the yellow to kind of fill it in. I will not in this case have white under it because the shirt's white. I did not put white under it on the others either. They were already 2 layers and I didn't feel like it needed it. I feel like it showed up really well without it. Actually, hold on, I can show. That's not gonna work. That should stay. Yeah, so you can kind of see here, even without the white under it, it really showed up pretty nicely, even on top of the black, which is where I think it would have showed up the least. So I didn't really feel like it needed it. I feel like you could, but this ink is actually meant to be mixed with other inks. They have a couple different metallic shades, and the whole point of them is you can mix them with other inks to make them metallic. I think this is really pretty. It's definitely a little more yellow than the sticker, but the sticker didn't come out quite the color I wanted, so I'm okay with that. I think that's a really nice color. I think that should be enough to test with, but in true me fashion, I'm going to mix just a little bit more for safety. Oh, hey, I get that, Noah. It's really wild because I'm such a visual learner, but like I can't envision things easily. All right, so I think we're good. So you can kind of see it there. It's got some really nice metallic to it, but it's not super opaque. I'll go ahead and grab a piece of paper and do a little test sheet like I did before. Oh, that was a noise. Grab a plug. Oh yeah, I think that's really nice. It's still got a lot of that sheen to it. Yes. Oh, I love this color so much. It's perfect. It's both yellow and shiny. The perfect color. Okay, so we're done with the gold. That away. Oh, yikes. These are my work gloves, kids. Aw, hi. Hi, I'm so glad you're here. You came at a great time. I am mixing up this absolutely luscious gold ink for my Don't Die shirts. And I just finished, and I'm going to be mixing up like a nice teal color to go underneath it. But I was just showing off how absolutely beautiful this color is. It's got such a nice shine to it. Oh, I love it. All right, so there's that. I'm getting a little bit nervous about working with ink so close to my printed shirt. So I think they should be dry enough that I can kind of move them around a little bit more. And then we'll mix the teal right there. Give me a second. Cool. It's still dry. Yep. Yeah. So, let's see. I'm gonna take these two over here. There. All right, that gives us a little bit more safe space to not get ink on everything else. So this one's just gonna be a really nice teal, or I guess probably more of a sea foamy color. So maybe we'll do the white first. This white ink is so thick. It reminds me of marshmallow fluff. Like, how could you see this and not think of marshmallow fluff? Thank you for coming. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Oh, so thick. Ooh, yikes. All right, so that should be a good starting point because I need really almost none. It's such a small amount of ink. I'm gonna kind of warm it up a little bit, if that makes sense. It's pretty thick, pretty gooey. I'm kind of glad that I'm going to be cutting it with a little bit of color. Cool. Anyway, just going to gloss right over that. I have now got ink all over myself and the other ink containers. Yes, definitely good thing it's so thick because that would have been terrible otherwise. All right, so we got a little green, a little more green. Could you imagine, like, look how like gooey this is? I don't know why I did that. I regret that decision. Oh, you can't see. Sorry. Here. How gooey this is. Could you imagine if I just like spilled this right now? It would go everywhere. But the white doesn't move. There's that. It's here. Really honest, I'm kind of thinking this white might not be good. Like it'll be fine for this because this is just a sample print for myself and for photos, but it seems thicker than I think it's supposed to be. I haven't worked with it in a while, so we'll see how it prints, but let me see if I can stir in the other direction so y'all can see it too. It just, look how, it's like frosting. It's so thick. a little more blue than I want, so we're gonna add some more green. Did I add too much green? Maybe. We'll find out soon. Oh, this is just so much harder to mix compared to the brown I was mixing earlier, or the gold that I mixed just a second ago. Like, this is taking a lot of arm work. It's making my shoulder hurt. Oof. Oh, look how nice this color is, though. Can you guys tell how minty that is? It's beautiful. Mint! That's the color I was looking for earlier. Did the white start out being thicker? Yes, the white is thicker generally, which is great. It's really fun to print. It's hard to print, but it's fun because it's like so viscous, I guess. But I feel like this is thicker than I remember it being, but it's been a while. I haven't used white since last January. So I'm not 100% sure, TBH. You know what? My hands are already covered in ink. It's fine. Okay, so that's where we're at with the blue. It kind of, I'm not sure about it. What do we think? How do we feel about that blue, especially paired with the gold? Is it too cool? I don't know. Something doesn't feel quite right about it. I can't remember what the original digital design looked like. Let's take a look. I don't even think I have it here. I don't know where it is. Ah! Well, I can't find it, so this is all I have to go by. So, yeah, that's what I was thinking too. A little bit more pigment, maybe. I almost want to maybe add just a touch of the gold to maybe mud. I don't know. That might be too bright of a color. I feel like I almost want it to be a little bit muddier. Like, it's so saturated right now, and I kind of want to tone that down, but not make it whiter. I don't think saturated is the word I'm looking for. I think there's a different word for that. But color theory is hard, and I can't remember it. So there's a little bit of green and a littler bit of blue because I feel like I don't want to be too blue. A little bit. Are we thinking the shiny gold or this like yellow gold? Because I think the shiny gold might just make it shiny. I'm not sure if it'll give it too much pigmentation. The normal gold. Okay. We'll try that. I mean, what's the worst that happens? I just keep mixing ink until it gets there, which is where I normally fall into. Okay, another towel. Normally I have rags cut up for this, but I just don't have any right now. So I'm just over here with my paper towel. You can hear a kid outside. I feel like I never hear kids outside like this. I don't mind it. It's just like, what an interesting time to just hear children screaming. Good screaming, not bad screaming. If it was bad screaming, I would not be here talking about it. I really like this color. Oh boy, it's hard to mix though. All right, let's do another little test. Okay, that's feeling a little better. Okay, so that's where we're at now, is this one over here. It's a little bit greener, a little bit, I don't know what the word is, muddier or something. I think I like it. Yeah. All right, cool. So I've got these mixed, and the other one's just going to be red. I have this like, it's called Mars Red. It's like fire engine color, and that's, ooh, yikes. Oh boy. Okay, I'm gonna put that there. We're gonna clean this up, and then we're gonna set up the screen, and I'm gonna set it up the right way this time instead of just throwing ink on and going for it. We're not gonna make the same mistake twice. So just put the lids on everything. Oops. What's wrong with you? Why are you like this? Okay, that's a little bit better. I'm gonna have to go wash my hands before I can print anything. There's that. That's good. This guy. This one is going to be fun because it requires actual registration. So you'll get to see that process instead of just basic printing. It's double layered. I need to go wash my hands so I can handle my computer. I'll be right back. I'm not going to grab my card. Actually, I probably should grab my card. It's going to make me feel better about it. I'll just be a second. Enjoy the views. Okay, that was easy. Take y'all back over here. Hello, welcome back to the crate on top of the chess table. Hope you enjoyed your time away. Get rid of this for now. All right, so what I didn't do last time that is actually kind of important is I didn't put tape down along the edges of the screen. So you can see here, this is the hard stencil and this is just screen like this. So ink can come through here and it can make you like mess up your screen or your shirts or whatever else you're printing, but also it's just a lot harder to clean when you have ink all the way around the edges. So you're supposed to tape the edges to keep ink from being everywhere. But I forgot last time because I was really excited. Also, I know we talked about lag earlier, and I wanted to share because I just think it's absolutely hilarious. Sean's watching the stream in the house right now because he's a really good husband. And he is startled every time I run inside to wash my hands or get water or whatever I'm doing because it's about 2 minutes behind for him. So I run in, he's like, oh, it's you. I just thought that was funny. Oh, okay, that's what's up. So I'm gonna start with the gold and blue design because I think it'll be easier to wash off the screen. That's okay, it seems a little bit high. Okay, so theoretically, I'm trying to think about how to do this. The company that I ordered shirts from, I ordered samples, so I just had like a couple. I had like this extra freebie, and this is gonna be my test shirt. We're just gonna go for it. I'm just gonna see what happens. Oh wait, I should wipe this off first. We're learning. Please don't stick to my finger this time. That was the worst. I hated it. Okay. That's good. I didn't stick to my finger. Hooray! More sticky. I'm going to go ahead and just try to print this how I want it. Actually, sorry. Registration's a little bit tricky. I set up properly. I taped and everything. But I'm gonna print it on the platen and heat dry it, and then I'll put the shirt down. That way I can kind of see where it's going because it's gonna be on the front left side, I guess. Is that normal? Yeah, that's where it's going. I can change it later if I want to, but I think it's gonna go on the front left. That's fine. Oh boy. Okay. Great news. This is not mixed as well as I thought it was. I went to put it down and noticed a streak of yellow followed closely by a streak of blue. There's that. And because we're being better than we were last time, that's not long enough. That's so great news. The tiny squeegee that I'm gonna use is also the squeegee that is even more likely to fall into the ink. There he is. This is my little baby squeegee. It's the perfect size for this design, which is great because my other squeegee's wet because I had to wash it. So I'll get my whole squeegee dirty. And then, oh wait, whoops, wrong order. Got too excited. Okay. And print. Oh shit, I forgot. I adhesived a little too soon. This guy here, that should be okay. That's fine. Ah, I love it. That color's so nice. Oh my gosh. Okay, heat thing. This color actually looks really nice with the brown from the last shirts too. It has a very like early aughts feel to it. I feel like I probably owned at least one outfit that was these two colors mixed together when I was in middle school. Ew, that would be some both old and young, and I hated it. So that's dry. Let's do a test. If I get this lined up, then we're gonna be in business. So that's inside out, so great start. Or upside down, not inside out. Okay. I've never printed a design off to the side before, so I'm a little bit nervous about where it should be on the shirt. I feel like here, right? So it's probably, I probably need to pull the shirt over a little or move the screen over a little. So what we'll do is we'll pull this up to here maybe. And then we're going to pull it to the side some. The adhesive is actually working against me, which is a fun new experience that I really am not a fan of. Okay. Let's see how that works. All right. And pull it. There. Okay. So, how do we feel about this placement? Apart from the fact that the shirt is pretty large. I feel like it's hard to tell. I think that's good. That seems like a good placement. We're going to go for it. Unless somebody aggressively disagrees, we're going to go for it. It's hard to tell right now, too, because that's just the inside. There's still all of the rest that'll go around it. Cool. Going for it. Okay. All right. So we're going to do the same thing with this one. Put it all the way on, tug it out to about here. I'm kind of using the ring to help me see how far up to pull it. And then I'm just tugging it like a couple of inches this way. Maybe not even. That's still pretty, that seems all right. Ah, I'm nervous but excited. See how it looks. I don't know why I turned this off. I'm actually gonna blow it a little bit before I do the gold. That should be, that's okay. All right, so we're done with the blue, so I'm gonna go and clean it off real quick. All right, so the next part is where things get tricky. I don't want to do it, but I have to. Another screen for what, Noah? Cool. That didn't just get on my anything. It's fine. I'm just cleaning off the squeegee really haphazardly so that I don't get too much ink on the other designs. I say haphazardly like I'm not going to keep cleaning until it's clean. Okay, cool. Clean squeegee. So, pull out my tape. Pop that down a few times. There's a little bit of glue in there that I don't want there. There's a garbaggio. And then I'm going to put down more tape. Normally, I would agree, but this design is so small, it just seems like it would be a waste to try and have another screen. That's the only reason I did it all at one screen is because the design is so small. All right, so I'm actually going to pull this off because I'm a weenie and I don't want to just jump right into doing it. I want to figure out my lineup first. I don't know where to put this one. Ah! Here. Okay. This around. So I'm going to see how well I can line it up before I start putting shirts on it. So it looks like I'm actually going to need to bring this back a little. Ooh, too much. Doing great. Let's turn this so I can see what I'm doing. All right, that's close. Tighten this back up. And we're gonna slide this over a smidge. Ooh. Just a little. Okay, that's pretty tight. What I was doing there was looking through the screen to see where I had printed on the platen earlier to get an idea for how I needed to place this. I'm gonna do the gold. It's gonna be great. This gold print's so easy. I'm only nervous about lining up, not about anything else. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna print it where I know where it is, and then in addition to that, well, actually, never mind. I take that back. I forgot that I was working with not paper. When I use paper, I'll put the transparency that I was showing you guys earlier down to help me register, which is a lot easier. But with a shirt, that's not really as easy of an option. So. I love it so much. Okay, so I do think I'm gonna add maybe a little bit of white to the gold ink before I keep going. It's a little bit opaque or a little bit transparent still, so you can see the teal through it, and I kind of want it to be not transparent. Let's that. Add more. I don't think that was quite enough. I'm not sure yet. This white is such a monster to mix. It's just like clumping into this, which is not really what it's supposed to do. So anyway, while I kill my shoulder mixing this, I'm going to talk more about this design. I'm so excited. I think a lot of you probably already know this, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. This design is so near and dear to my heart. It was something I created during a really hard time in my life. And it still really speaks to me in that way. It was during a time in my life where I felt like I couldn't do anything. I was really sick, and it was everything I had just to like go to work every day. So I've heard a lot of other people say that it speaks to them for the same reason, and people who are in the same experience, having the same experience. So it's really exciting to me to be able to finally put this out into the world for those people who need it and who it resonates with. All right, so this is our new gold. It's a little clumpy and it's a little bit lighter, but I think it'll work better. Let's find out. I'm just gonna go ahead and pull out that white shirt or the extra shirt that I have and see how it looks. I'm actually gonna do it twice. I'm gonna print it on the back just so I can see. I think I like that. It's okay. It's just not quite what I wanted. That's a little better. Maybe it was just that particular print. So there's the color we're at right now. Oh, that's not great lighting. We'll bring it back here a little maybe. I'm gonna add a little bit more gold to it, I think. It just doesn't have the shine anymore. And well, I mean, we're gonna keep playing with it. We'll see how it works. looking a little better. I'm going to add just a little bit more, which might put me back where I was before, and maybe that's just what this shirt needs to be to have the shine I want. I don't know. Worst case, I could do a white underbase like we talked about earlier, but I don't want to. I just don't want to. White underbases are a lot of work, and they're stressful, and I don't want to do it. Alright, so let's just Alright, this is looking pretty good. It's definitely got more of a shine to it, but it's still a little more opaque. Alright, toss it back on here. Fingers crossed. All right, we're gonna go big or go home, and I'm just gonna put my shirt where it needs to be and print on it. It actually works out really well. These shirts are a tiny bit see-through, which I think is pretty normal with white, so I can see where it is on the plowed end, which makes it really easy for me to theoretically line it up. However, this isn't sticky anymore. I'm going to try not wiping this off again, which sounds like a terrible idea. You can make fun of me for it, Noah, but it worked. Yes. Things are coming up, Jax. It's going to be great. That was an awful joke. I'm sorry. I'm not funny. Okay, so let's see. That looks well aligned. I'm just gonna go for it. Are you ready? Here we go. Ah! Okay. Not perfectly aligned. And I think maybe the blue is a little too dark. Or maybe, I don't know. I'm not happy with the yellow still. Maybe a little bit of red. I almost want to add a little bit of my brown, but I need my brown, so that's not an option. I just feel like it's still a little too soft. Maybe a little bit of purple? Purple could do it. That would probably muddy it up a little. We're doing great. I'm stuck in an endless cycle of mixing colors, which is my nightmare. put this back in here. We're a good mix. Ooh. It's okay. It did not hit the ink that time. I think I added a little too much purple, but I'm not sure. It kind of has a purple tinge to it now, which I don't think is what I was really going for. I don't know. That could just be me. I've been staring at it for a long time. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that adding white was a bad idea. I don't like it. I feel like it turned it into like this soft baby color, which is not inherently a bad thing. It just isn't what I was going for. And I don't know how to fix it. I said that, but I actually think this color might be okay now. I just did a little test on the shirt instead of on paper, and it's not too bad. I'll show you in just a second. Oh, great. More ink on my hand. So you can see here. You can't see here. I don't know why I keep thinking I'm going to come over here and you guys are going to be able to see very well. But this color is kind of like almost baby yellow. And that one is a little more brown. I think it's better. Well, we're going to print it. We'll see. I did also add a little more yellow. I added more yellow, more gold, and some purple because I think I just added too much white and it was making it too pastel. Okay, that's feeling a little more punchy, I think. So here, you can, hold on, sorry. You can kind of see a difference there, I think, between this one and that one down there. I think it's a little better. I don't know, y'all, this is hard. We're gonna go with it. So I need this shirt. That looks like it's a little too low. Okay, I think that's pretty well lined up. We're gonna do it. Definitely more punchy. Good, I'm glad you feel that way. Worst case, I punch it up for the real runs. These are just sample prints for me and for photos, and I can always change it later. Yeah, that's definitely better though. Ah! Yay! Oh, I love it. Oh, I'm so excited. Look. Yes. Oh, it looks so good. All right, we're gonna set this over here. But now, yay! All right. So now I just need to do some cleanup, and I can throw some red down. The red one. Did it again. I don't think that was in the ink, so I think it's okay. It's not a crisis. The red one I'm really excited about because the red was my original colorway for this, and it's probably my favorite one. The yellow I did for fun when I made the stickers because I had a coupon, and a lot of people liked it, so I wanted to still offer it as another option, but it definitely doesn't hold the same place in my heart that the red one holds. There's that's clean. Put that down there for a minute. I think what I'll do. Hold this up. Normally I would rinse the whole screen, but who has time for that right now? I'm just gonna spray it with a little water. Oh, we have more new friends. Hello, new friends. That should be a non-issue. All right, we should be in okay shape to print the next color. That's what I want. That's what I want. That more painter's tape. Here. This one's exciting because it's definitely the easiest color. It's just red. Oh, wait, hold on. One other thing. Never mind. Perfect. So easy. You'd think I was a pro or something. Like maybe I know what I'm doing. All right. Oh, that was not a good idea. All right, so I'm gonna do a couple runs with the red on the sample shirt just so I can get a good feel for it, make sure there's no gold left in my screen, and then we'll do it on the white shirt or on the actual shirt. looks so good. Where is the red one? Oh yeah, that's the perfect color too. So here's the red print and then here's the red ringer. Thanks! I'm so geeked. It feels so good to finally have this exist on something that isn't a screen. Or I guess a sticker, but that's not the same. It's just not. All right. I think we're ready to do the real thing. Ba-ba-da-da! This is my favorite. This is going to be my shirt, clearly. Oh, actually, I just noticed that the ink is actually going through the shirt a little bit. So I'm going to real quick heat this so that it doesn't stick to, it doesn't get on the inside and mess it up. It does look really cool though. It kind of looks like a halftone. I wish that I had a camera that wasn't my webcam so I could kind of get in here and show you guys worse things. That's a future goal. Cool. This off. That is starting to cool off. Okay, so while that's cooling, I'm just gonna bring this guy back over here because I'm just so excited. I just feel like it's so cute. I definitely want to tweak the colors a smidge still, I think, but I love it. So I pulled it out here, and then see it. Seems like it could be too far. That seems about right. All right. Ah! It's so good! Oh my gosh! I love it! Look! Oh my gosh. I have been thinking about this design on a shirt for ages. It's been so long that I was here going, someday this is going to be on a shirt. I will admit, I think I printed it slightly crooked. Whoops. That's okay. We won't do that on the real ones. But it feels so good to finally actually have it on a shirt. I'm so excited. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So that's the last thing I had for you guys today. I was saving, hold on, let me sit this down. I was saving the Don't Die shirts just to print here with y'all, because I know that a lot of people who follow me have been kind of waiting for them and following my journey. But that's all I got, and I'm hungry. So I think I'm going to call it a night here. Thank you guys for coming and being here and supporting me. I think I know most of you in the chat, and I love you guys. You're the best. I have amazing friends. I couldn't ask for better friends than I have. You guys have a good night. Bye.